everyone. I lead a team that works with data that is not in China, the US, and Canada. We are a global company. We have 82 markets currently, always expanding. And one thing to know is that our data within North America, we have a lot of maturity and expertise built out there. And really, we're just getting started within our global markets. So this is all really relevant to what my team does every day. So personalization, one step at a time. Great. So in your Starbucks app that I'm sure you all have, there's an offers tab. You can go to that tab and you will see personalized offers. These are mine. So you can see that I am a very frequent Starbucks customer. I buy lots of things. I have 2 kids, so there's always some kind of Danish or donut, right? And then they know that I'll show up for 15 stars. It helps that there's 2 stores in the building. So if you open the app, you will see something more tailored to you. And so we're going to talk about how we did this in 6 easy steps. Very easy, no problem at all. All right, so the first one, and I think this is true for any innovation project, is define the opportunity. So when I think about this, I think as a data scientist, I'm touching one part of the elephant. I know the data that come out of our existing systems that flow into our existing data lake. I don't really know what the user interface of those systems looks like. I don't really know who's talking to who as they turn out an offer, right? So this is necessarily highly cross-functional. Now, sometimes people think data and data science are magic, and you just go to your friendly local data scientist and say, hey, I want personalization. And your data scientist can be like, do I have a year, right? So this is part of the reason. Within personalization at Starbucks, there are 8 teams interacting, 2 of which are in my org, 3 of which are in the business, and I guess that leaves another 3 in ST, right? Highly, highly interactive. Every week, every offer we send, those teams work together. Every team has different tolerance for innovation and sort of the uncertainty that it brings, right? So the second step as a data scientist is to explore data and features. So one big question here is, do you have to explain your model to a leader? If you have to explain your model to a leader, you're stuck in the realm of things that are business KPIs or drivers of business. If you don't have to, which is super rare, and you should always plan to explain, then you can do all the fancy data science that sops up all the variance. But most of the time, you're going to want to explain things. And so my actual training is as a psychologist. So I spend a lot of time thinking about, before someone walks up to the counter, what have they already done? Before they open their phone, what might we know about them, right? So stepping back in the process of getting a coffee to figure out what features explain or demonstrate that behavior. All right, this is the fun part that makes sometimes, occasionally, folks in the business a little uncomfortable. The thing about data science is it is a scientific approach. We don't actually know the answer before we build it. We're exploring, we're guessing, we're testing things out, we're competing models, and we don't know what the best model is. And it's really counterintuitive, but sometimes the best model is incredibly simple because it will run in production reliably without concern. So we have to figure that out, and there will be a period of time as your friendly local data scientist is building personalization where you don't really hear anything other than, well, I tried that model, I tried that model, I tried that model, I changed these features, I tried that model. It doesn't sound like progress, but it actually is them getting closer and closer to the answer. And you'll do that even when those models are in production. You should always be looking for a better model because customers change, they change their habits, you have pandemics, all these things happen, and your model has to be able to account for the change relatively quickly. All right, define and measure success. So this is also from me as a psychologist, always run an experiment. Always, no matter what, run an experiment. This is the only way that you know that you have the best model, that that model is running well in production, and that you're driving business KPIs. You will always need a control group to get a really firm answer on any of this. Always plan for that. Also very uncomfortable for the business to not send offers to the entire group of people, right? So make sure you build that bridge early. All right, and then test it out in the real world. Because of those 8 teams that have to work together, someone along the way isn't going to understand what's coming to them. It could be your data scientists, right? Like anyone in that chain might not understand exactly what they're going to get in this new process. So you try it out. So you check and see if everyone in the chain is ready. You check and see how fast this can go. You look for efficiencies over time. You keep testing it out. Human in the loop. Human in the loop is the dirty secret of data science, right? So if your model doesn't consistently run the way you think it should, there is someone on the other side saying, try again. Try again, right? Human in the loop. Do we need it? Is it necessary? Can we make that as small as possible? Then, did we create the quality of offers we intended? Did they pass marketing's standard for what a personalized offer should be? If they didn't, we've got to go back and rethink the model or the data or the features and try again. All right, and then, this is like so easy. Think about your platform and your data. So easy. It'll take you no time whatsoever. It took us no time whatsoever. So we have Deep Brew. Deep Brew is something we've talked about publicly for many years. And really what it is a platform from which we can deploy customer and store-facing models. It has to be quite secure. It has to have all of the best data that we've got. That data have to run quickly. Then we have to be able to run any number of different models, experiments, all the time in this platform. If the platform isn't solid, nothing else matters. Very easy, like I said, easiest step. And then the dirty secret to know is that like this little black box, that's ML. The rest of this is Deep Brew, right? There's so much else that you have to stand up before you can just run an ML offer. So, personalization in 6 easy steps. Just so you remember it, you can take it back. You can say, hey, I've got an idea. First, define the opportunity. Make sure you know all the players. Second, play with the data. Data scientist's favorite step. Always compete models. Always. Also data scientist's favorite step. Measure success. Try out the whole process until you have it right. And then harden your data platform. Make sure you have the infrastructure you need. All right, I'm sure you all will go do this tomorrow. It'll be no problem. And I hope you enjoyed the talk.